Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I just came back from the theaters. I watched The Batman. I'm gonna do a non-spoiler portion first, and then I'm gonna go with full spoilers. But don't worry, I will give a warning. So, no spoilers. I really enjoyed this movie. I highly recommend this movie. Highly recommend it. It is about 3 hours long, so keep that in mind. I personally think that's amazing, and I actually would have let it gone longer if it were up to me. But, you know, you can't have long films nowadays. Hopefully in the future that will change. But anyway, I highly recommend it. It's so good. Storyline is amazing. I never got bored, and honestly, that's all I can say with no spoilers. Just go watch the movie. I went in with no spoilers myself, and I got surprised at a lot of stuff. Things that apparently were like known, and if I would have known that stuff beforehand, I think it would have like decreased in my experience. So I'm glad I didn't know that stuff. I only watched the trailers and that's it. Like, I think the first and second trailer. Definitely the one that's in I watched 2 trailers, and then I know they dropped more trailers, but I mean, trailers are to make you excited, and I was already excited, so I just skipped everything and I just waited. Be patient and waited. So watch it. Alright, here is a warning for like 3 seconds, and then I go in the spoiler territory. Okay, I am beyond excited. It's so incredibly good. Holy, this is by far, like, I don't say this lightly, this is by far my all-time favorite depiction of Batman. I love it. It's the Batman I know from the Arkham games, the freaking Telltale games, the comics, the freaking animated shows I watched. This is Batman. Literally, it went into his, like, psychology thing. He was a detective, he was human, he took a lot of L's, if you will. He failed a lot, but he also like did it. Like he won in the end, but also his whole city just got obliterated. So I love it. Honestly, I got nothing but praise. This is a straight 10 out of 10 for me. Straight. And normally I have like issues. Do I really have? I don't think I have issues with this. But yeah, let's just talk about Bruce. So at the start, I was like, I don't know if I enjoy Bruce Wayne as the character, him being basically depressed and everything. Like, I wasn't sure. But in the end of the movie, I made up my mind, and I was like, yes, they did it correctly. Because now Bruce has learned, okay, I need to, first of all, redeem my family name. So I think that will be a theme for the next movie. He will most likely be, as Bruce Wayne, trying to redeem the Wayne name and make it like known as, like, you know, it's a good, that he's the good one, if you will. And basically, you know, his father wasn't bad either, as we've learned. That was also, like, that reminded me of the Telltale Bruce, with Thomas Wayne being involved with Falcone and stuff, so that's awesome. I think Maurice has, like, seen a bit of Telltale, or maybe it was in a comic. I'm not the biggest Batman fan, but I know quite a bit about it. Not too much though. I'm like above average, but I'm definitely below the diehards. So I consider myself a bit above average as a Batman fan. But anyway, or maybe I am an average Batman fan and the other ones are normies, who knows. Anyway, so yeah, no, Bruce will probably in the next movie definitely like try and improve his family name and stuff. But no, in this one, I think it was good. Like, he was just himself, he was secluded from everyone, and you know, he needed healing. Like 22 years, I think. 20 years is what the time was, but like what his age is. 22, I think. This is 2 years in his Batman career, and it makes sense that he has like just retreated himself back into the freaking house and just focus on him being Batman. But now he has learned, instead of being vengeance, instead of being hate and mad and whatever, he needs to inspire hope. He needs to inspire hope and be there for the people, and that will probably not only be in Batman's favor, but also in Thing's favor, in Bruce's favor. Awesome. Like, Bruce, I love his Bruce portrayal. Batman, perfect. Bruce, also perfect in the end. So yeah, no complaints. And Batman was so amazing. Like, it just reminded me of the freaking animated Batman. Like, when he doesn't talk that much when he's like to officers and stuff. He just gives the stare. He just gives the bat glare, and I love how the bat glare is, like, I don't know, it's just so cool. Like, the bat glare is there, and that's all he needs to shut people up. And it just reminds me of the freaking animated series and the Justice League series. It's so cool. It's so cool. And yeah, no, I love how this is like a detective movie. But Bruce's Batman is finally the greatest detective. We finally see him solve stuff and just recognizing everything, like recognizing, yeah, that's like a whatever wound it was. Like it shows that he knows his medical stuff, which is also like a very, I mean, I don't know. It's like a sort of clue because it's Thomas Wayne was of course a freaking like a doctor and everything. And I love how that's like. I mean, Bruce knows that sort of stuff. He's freaking Batman, but this is something in my head that like I like that, you know. I hope you know what I mean. But no, anyway, I just love how it's a noir movie and it's so cool. I love that it's like 3 hours long. I wish it was longer, and I really hope that Matt Reeves keeps up the 3 hours because the critics are dumb. If you, I don't know if you've seen like the critic reviews, like Batman is too dark in this movie and stuff. Just, holy, they don't understand the Batman character whatsoever, and I hope that the people at Warner Brothers and DC just don't listen to those critics. Just let Matt Reeves do his thing because this movie is perfect. I like how it's 3 hours long. It just gives so much time and room to let the characters breathe, and it's perfect for me. Every single Batman movie from now on needs to be 3 hours long, 3 hours or even 3.5 hours. Give it time. Give it time. Like I don't like cramped stories that just, you know, it's just action flick Hollywood stuff. I'm happy. This movie is so different and it's Batman. I love it. I absolutely love it, and I hope they keep this up. It's so good. The Riddler was awesome. Amazing. I love how, you know, Edward is... I don't like how... I know, like, in canon, he doesn't... he has, like, the last name they use in this movie. I know there are, like, 2 last names in canon. I just prefer Enigma. Like, Enigma. Edward Enigma. I love that. Maybe he will change his last name purely because of that joke. Who knows? I love it. I love the Riddler. And the Riddler was so good in this freaking movie. I love it. I love how he, in the end, got rid of the mask and just... you know, showed his face, his glasses, and I loved how his glasses were like on his nose in the end. And I really liked the actor. I was scared. I was like, I didn't know what the actor looked like at first. I only saw the mask, and I was like, I don't know if I like this badass Riddler, but he's insane. This is the Riddler I know, and yes, give me more of this Riddler. I love him. Holy, the clues and stuff. Even when he was captured, I was like checking my time because he like when he was like being apprehended, he had like put a question mark in his coffee, and I was thinking, is this the end of the movie? What does that question mark mean? And I was so happy and delighted when I saw, yeah, there's still like 40 minutes left in the movie, so it's not done yet. And then Batman's relationship with Jim, awesome, just amazing. Jim Gordon was perfect. Holy, Jim by the book Gordon was perfect. I love the casting is perfect. Selina and Batman's relationship and chemistry was awesome as well. Like, I have nothing but praise, honestly, nothing but praise. And I love the Joker being there for like a scene. I wasn't sure if that was the Joker. I was like, I'm the guy in theaters, not too much, but I'm the guy in the theaters who, like, if I have a theory, which I've only talked once in the theater, this theater once, and that's like, you know, when sometimes you hear people in the theater saying like, so I was like, wait, is that Two-Face? Like, I think that's Two-Face. That's what I said in the theater, and apparently it was Joker. But because of his face and his hair, I was like, this is Two-Face, right? And no, it appeared to be Joker. And, you know, I like Joker. I hope he's not in the next movie, or at least doesn't have, like, the main role. I like him to be in the background. That would be cool. But, no, Joker was awesome. I like how it basically shows... Even if, like, Joker is just... I think, honestly, personally, Joker was there to show... Gotham, to show the city exists and is livable. Like, there are already, this is the 2nd year of Batman, there are already people in Arkham, and it just makes, it's like world building, if you will. And I like how Joker is just there, like, impressed with the Riddler, because I know in the animated stuff, he was actually kind of jealous of Riddler, because Riddler like took away his shine and everything. And that of course depends on canon to canon, but I like how, because of the chaos that Riddler created, that Joker respects it and was like, you know, you did a good job there. We can be friends. That was awesome. And just the whole thing. I love Penguin as well. Penguin reminded me a lot of Gotham's Penguin, the TV show. I'm a huge Gotham fan. And like I said, I'm like, I don't know much about the comics. I want to read and get into them, but I've only like read a few, tiny few, not too much. And I don't know much about the Penguin in the comics. I only know about Penguin from the Arkham games, the very little times he comes up in the animated shows. I know he comes up quite a bit in the normal Batman animated show, and I like him there, like the OG, the 90s one. Basically my absolute favorite Penguin is actually the one from Gotham. And I like how this is very similar to the one from Gotham. And I don't know if he's like comic accurate or not, but I really like him. And I want to see more of him. I love him. Honestly, really good. Amazing. And yeah, honestly, I want to keep talking, but I don't know if I should end the video here, because I know people like short reviews. Maybe I'll talk about this with someone else and have like maybe a podcast episode where I just geek over Batman. But no one has actually really seen it yet, so I don't know. Anyway, yeah, no, it's awesome. I really like the eye technology. That was something that really impressed me. Where I was like, how can Batman in the beginning, he wasn't accepted by the police. Only Gordon still is, like, in the end he was accepted, but how can he like investigate the crime scene if he's not allowed to be there? And then he took out his lens thingy, and he could like rewind. It's like a recording. And then he can like get the evidence. That's why you see him looking at stuff very clearly. So in his mind later he can, using the Bat computer, retrieve the info and basically do the crime scenes. It's so good. It was genius. Genius filmmaking in my opinion. I don't know if he actually has the gadget somewhere else, but first time I'm being introduced to that, and that's awesome. And I also love how it's again used to get, to use Selina on the cover, and the whole Selina Batman relationship is done wonderfully. It's not forced. It's exactly as how I expected it to be. Like both of them basically teasing, but then now separating at the end, and nobody going as far. Just one kiss, and that's two kisses actually, and awesome, absolutely awesome. Like I recommend this movie. I mean, this is the spoiler section, so you've already watched it, probably pretty sure. But yes, awesome. I want to talk more. I'm gonna end the video right here. I've not said what I want to say whatsoever. I want to say more stuff, but I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. I loved it, absolutely loved it, and I'll probably give it a watch again. I'm not the person who goes to cinema more than once. I just go to the cinema once and I'll watch it when it comes out digitally. So maybe it will take a while for me to rewatch it, but holy, it's so good. It's so incredibly good. I love it, man. Holy, the hype I had and the pacing, everything is perfect. Gotham, the city was amazing, man. The city was this is a Batman movie done right. And I have a feeling that Matt Reeves had full creative control and there were no higher ups basically telling him what to do, because this felt like an actual passionate film instead of a movie blockbuster that would just ticking checklist thingies. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for listening, and let me know what you thought of the movie, and thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you for listening to me ramble. And Batman, man, holy.